Good morning. I'm Columbia Daily Tribune City Editor Matt Sanders. Here is criminal justice reporter Pat Pratt.
Good morning.
Yeah, so this is, I'm sure, for a lot of people, first introduction to Pat. So Pat's been with us on criminal justice for what, how long now?
About 3 months.
Yeah.
Going into month 4 now.
Yeah, so he's been doing a good job, and just so happens that this week his beat has been really busy. And that's what we're here to talk about today, is actually one of his big stories that has come up this week, and this was in today's paper. We had a Columbia woman. She's actually from China originally, right?
She is from China.
Okay.
I believe she came to Columbia in 2013, from what I understand.
Yeah, so she has been charged with misdemeanor animal abuse in city court. This happened after a video. She apparently posted a video on a social media site. I'll let you tell us a little bit more about the circumstances of how we found out and what the story is.
Sure. So Ms. Tang, she is a member of the social media site WeChat, which is one of the largest social media sites in China. And within this site, she is part of an animal lovers group, and a fellow member spotted this video that Ms. Tang posted on Monday night. And he and other members of the group were basically appalled by the abuse that they witnessed in this video. So most of these individuals who live in California, turned the video over to Columbia Police and turned the video over to us so they could see what could be done in relation to this abuse. So Columbia Police did follow up on the call, and they did go to Ms. Tang's house. They did arrest her, but she was issued a summons to appear in municipal court, and the dog was removed from her home.
Yeah, now, if you are so inclined as to see the video, you can do that on our website right now. Fair warning for people who love dogs, it can be a little tough to watch. Like, I know I have 2 dogs myself, and it was a little difficult to get through it all. It's not even a long video. We cut it down a little bit too, because it's about, in its original form, I think, two and a half minutes of the same thing going on, so we cut it down to, I think, like 30 seconds. But if you watch it, you'll definitely get the gist of what is happening there. And we went by her house yesterday too, right?
I did, yes. Yeah. I went by Ms. Tang's house, and she declined to be interviewed, and she said she was just not ready to do it. She did, the dog was there. It was yapping in the background, and she said it was okay. But she wouldn't let us photograph the dog, wouldn't let us photograph her, and she declined to answer any further questions, which is her right. We understand that, and we're not going to push Ms. Tang.
Certainly. One thing I thought was pretty interesting about it in reading your story was the fact that one of the people, I guess the tipster who contacted us about it, said that Ms. Tang had defended her action, saying basically, well, you should have seen what my boyfriend used to do to the dog.
Right. Well, obviously 2 wrongs don't make a right, and there may be some cultural differences coming into play. It's not my place to say that with any certainty. But our 2 nations do have very different views on how animals are treated, and especially dogs. That's certainly not to say that's the case for every Chinese resident, but in certain areas of China, there are some vast cultural differences regarding the treatment of animals.
Yeah, and of course in America, a lot of us treat dogs like humans as well.
Sure.
They're held up. Some people even treat them better than humans, honestly.
Honestly, and again, it's not like animal abuse is isolated to China either.
It's a human affliction.
Sure, I've covered literally dozens and dozens of animal abuse cases by every demographic over the course of my career, and bottom line, it's wrong and it's sad. It doesn't matter who's committing the abuse. The fact is, there's a lot of abuse of animals going on in this world, and as a journalist and a longtime journalist here in the state of Missouri, I hope to uncover some of this so the public can see what's happening, and hopefully someday, push their legislators to enact stronger penalties and better laws to prevent these types of occurrences.
Certainly, and we'll be following that case as it continues through the courts. You might have noticed that we didn't have a mugshot with the story, just to give you guys some perspective, that's because this is a misdemeanor case. Our policy is that we do not use mugshots with misdemeanor cases, unless, there are a few exceptions, such as, if it's in the interest of public safety that people know what this person looks like. We didn't feel that's the case here. She's not accused of hurting any person or anything like that. So no mugshot, misdemeanor case, that'd be why, in case you were wondering. Pat's also working on a pretty interesting story that's going to go online soon about a Callaway County inmate.
Audrain County inmate, yes.
Yes, Audrain County inmate who claims to have been assaulted in the jail by a member of the jail staff.
Yes, that is correct. We were provided with some information by an acquaintance of an Audrain County inmate who says he was assaulted in the Audrain County Jail. On June 22nd, and we followed up with the Callaway County Sheriff, who is conducting the investigation into the Audrain County Sheriff's Office this morning, and he confirmed that an investigation is taking place. And really scant details are available at this time. The investigation is just kicking off. We have filed requests for footage of the incident, any medical response, any incident reports, and we've been denied all of that at this time. So, we're going to keep trying to get those records so the public can get a clear picture of what's happening over there.
All right. And you'll be covering final community policing meeting tonight, too.
Final community policing meeting tonight, yeah.
The final of 7.
As a resident of Columbia, I hope we see record attendance at this one. That's been an issue of contention with many of our residents at these meetings. The thing is, this is a huge change to the department. It's going to affect the entire Columbia Police Department, and I think many people who have been involved in this want to see the residents really voice their opinion on what they want to see in their police force. And, that can't be had if people won't come to the meetings. So, I would invite everyone in Columbia who cares about their quality of life and quality of their criminal justice services here to come out to the meeting and see what Sergeant Fox has to say on community policing.
Yeah, and it's a topic that affects everyone, and everyone has opinions on it.
Absolutely, so. Yes.
All right, great. Well, thanks, Pat. And look for the story, both of those stories that are upcoming. And then, of course, the one on the animal abuse case is already on our website.